Made smoother than your smoothest criminal. Shamo, about that money, what we get into. Shamo, about that money, get residuals. Shamo.
Let's talk about ImE UdoKa, right? Anyway, ImE UdoKa is he's back. Like, I'm back, bitches. And it's a celebration. And a lot of people thought that he wouldn't coach again. I didn't think that. We know what happened with Malik and Andrews, with Stephen A. And we're not here to accuse women. I still can't believe that shit. That shit is one for the ages. Like, shout out to Malik and Andrews, and that's you. You know what I mean? And where did all the good men go? And I'm being funny, but I'm totally not. I'm totally not. I'm being funny, but I'm totally not. You know, that exchange she had with Stephen A. And then she was bringing up the new coach of the Boston Celtics in his past history when he was 17. Like, she was doxing that nigga. Like, you know, because when he was 17, he was accused of, you know, domestic violence, and he pleaded to the lesser charge. You can't make this shit up. So anyway, he's back. He's the new coach of Houston Rockets, and salute to him. Like, you know what I mean? Shout outs to that brother. I never was one who thought that he wouldn't coach again. I never thought that. And this is the message. It's a few things that we can learn from this. Here's the first one. If you're very talented at what you do, like if you were the best around and nothing's ever gonna keep you down, you the best around and nothing's ever gonna, right? Like from Karate Kid, you the best around. It's gonna be hard for people to keep you down. Like even the haters, the real haters and the invisible haters. Because a lot of y'all don't really got no haters. You just saying that because you think it sounds good. And I'm being funny, but I'm really not. A lot of y'all don't have no haters. You don't have people really hating on you, praying and praying on your downfall, but every time you hit the ground, right, you bounce up like ground ball. Right? I'm not talking to y'all. Talking to the people that's really talented at what they do. So here's it is, he came in, and even though he was like an assistant, he bounced around San Antonio, Greg Popovich. Shout out to Greg Popovich, who I think is one of the best coaches in NBA history ever. People was like, oh, you know, because he was with that white woman, and the subordinate and all that, and they got him up out of here. And right, do you ever think about when you out of here, your record deal, video, your NBA career, coaching gig, that shit is out of here. He came back because he's great at what he does. For the regular folks, just like how we point out to the ladies, like where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? We point out, or I point out to y'all, that you can't do what Nicki Minaj do. You can't do what Oprah Winfrey do. You can't do what Lori Harvey does. You can't do that. You're just a regular degular, and you can look good. So this doesn't mean looks. So get out your feelings, have several seats, listen to what I'm saying. You can look good. You can look fucking amazing. Your box could be delicious, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the resources, the financial means to be in these circles, to move in these crowds and be able to dictate shit based off of that. The regular person can't do that. I can't do that. You can't base your life off what they do. You have to base your life off what's reality and the results that you're getting, right? That's number one. So let's be clear. Now, back to ImE UdoKa. He's great at what he does. He's fucking great, right? He took the Celtics to the finals. They lost to the Golden State Warriors. And he's a hot commodity. If it wasn't for the scandal and him not knowing how to have, or dare I say, exercise dick discipline, DD, right? He would have been good. But because he let his little head, and like Grand Pooba said, I think with the brain, not the one behind the zipper, I'm living kind of good. Somebody let it drag tripper. My landlord, like Robert, did a show with the Cobra. When I'm finished like this, I'll be paid like Oprah. He thought with the little head and not with the big head. And some say he fumbled the bag, he lost Nia Long, etc. We don't know if he lost it or not. Maybe they'll work it out. And I root for I root for families to stay whole, because there's nothing fun about going through a divorce. If you're a child, if you're a man, if you're a woman, as I once was, if you rock with the channel and you've been rocking with the channel, then I appreciate you. Salute to you. Salute for fucking with the real, right? Like over here on Popovich TV, we live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling. That's why you rock with me. We authentic. That feeling. You can't buy that. You can't purchase that. You can't try that shit on and think it's going to fit you. No, that just has to be your makeup and who you are, and that's you, and you're going to come out in your own way like Ray and Ghost off the Purple Tape. When you fit that mold, people are going to want you. People are going to gravitate towards you. But for the regular degular, you can't go fucking up the bag, right? Like Jonathan Majors, I did a video about him the first time, then the second time, and now he looking a little shaky, a little nervous, a little shaky, a little nervous. You might be out here. Like all that MCU and your Marvel Universe playing Kane the Conqueror, all that shit might be dead. Because you place yourself in a position where somebody else can have dictatorship over how you running your shit. Let me repeat that. Somebody else having dictatorship over how you run your shit, but you also can replace shit with shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like you and King of the Castle. He did that, ImE UdoKa, by dealing with a subordinate, dealing with maybe the vice president of the Boston Celtics, and clapping them cheeks and not keeping it business, but mixing business with pleasure. So now he's the coach of the Houston Rockets, and salute to him. Salute to him. I think he's going to do well as the new head coach of the Houston Rockets. And also, this is another thing, right? For athletes and draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still? Like draft day. A. Wiggins, fuck that other side, bitch. We stayed winning. Like, you know I had to do it for you. You know I had to do it for you. We just had the NFL draft, day 1, day 2, day 3. You know, this shit is a never-ending story. And salute to all the young brothers that accomplish what they set out to accomplish. Even if you get picked number, what they call the last person that get picked in the draft? The fuck they call the last person? Mr. Irrelevant. You Mr. Irrelevant. You the last person that get picked in the draft. And who cares if you the last person, the last of the last? Like how one I forget what rapper said. You the man that stand next to the man that's next to the man that's next to the man. Cool. I'm cool with that. Men, we get told where we stand earlier on in life. Our value is now placed on sometimes you can have the six pack, you can have the chiseled jaw, you know, you could be a freak of nature and your value will increase. It will have more value than somebody that doesn't look said part. And this is just genetics, you know what I mean? But most of the time, and oftentimes, even if you have genetics and the six pack and all that shit, you're told from a very young age where you stand at and where you rank in the pecking order of other men and in life in general. Let's be clear. It ain't no the makeup changing and the pretty privilege and the fat ass and, you know, having you a woman's perspective. And, you know, obviously we know that it's pros and cons. It's double standards. Some in men favor, some in women favor when it comes to the double standards. So real quickly, we see prominent athletes, Terrell Owens, the Michael Vicks, whoever it is that you could think of. When you good or you fucking great at what you do, of course, you're going to be an exception to that said rule, whatever that rule may be. You're going to be an exception to that. The point that I want to get across is if you're not exceptional at what you do, you may be good, you may be better than some, Shit, you might be better than most. Excuse me. But you're not the best around. And nothing's ever going to keep you not the best. So therefore, your margin of error is a little smaller. And just look around. Regular guy, a regular chick, you're not going to get away with something that somebody that's exceptional. What Hov said? He said, I ain't no ordinary nigga. Look around, this ain't what ordinary gets you. It ain't extraordinary figures. I'm an extraordinary nigga. Like before my name became Jigga, I had that thing, I was sitting on slippers. Like, I'm not the regular degular, so don't you dare compare me to the regular, right? Like, you know what I mean? And it sounds quite confusing for you to remember the originator, and boy do I hate her, perpetrator, but I'm much greater. That's a Big Daddy Kane reference. You're not the regular degular. So you're going to get peripheral, you're going to get exceptional treatment. Kawhi Leonard, right? Like, get the private jet. You get to sit by yourself. You get to come in when you want to. You get to do the things that the regular person doesn't get to do. So when you think of ImE UdoKa getting the next job, and let's be clear, they wanted him, and this is the Giants, but they wanted him, he was supposed to be the next coach of the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Zoo, they wanted him. But it was a lot of backlash. People was like, yeah, you know, he was bowling and hired help and, you know, whatever, VIP, vice president, etc. He was busting them cheeks, and Scorpios, we the best. So they dubbed him. But then Houston like, nah, we taking him. You're exceptional at what you do. Certain things will be forgiven. Certain things will be overlooked. Right, like, you know what I mean? Like, certain things, you Tony Ayo, like, you know what this is. One shot, one kill, what's the deal? You're going to get overlooked. And do you know who you with? Right, it's 50 Cent G-Unit back on that gangster shit. But if you regular degular, you just barely making the cut, you out of here. If you do anything to violate the rules, to violate the protocols, to do anything that piss somebody the fuck off, you out of here. So that's the only thing where I want to emphasize and bring to light, like shine a light on it. You can't do what somebody exceptional can do. It just doesn't work that way. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich, from Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.